The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
I'm Ariana.
And I am Brittany.
And this is
an A&B conversation.
Week number 38, episode 38.
Yeah.
In the books.
Period.
It's our month, people.
Right.
It's our month. Rise up, folks.
No, literally.
Rise up.
Period.
Happy Black History Month.
Mm-hmm. Know that.
Cheers to us.
No, literally.
Cheers
in
to
our blackness.
And just building this country, for giving this country any type of cool anything, all influencing every culture, just all that shit.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're also welcome.
No, literally.
Not the culture vultures. You are not welcome.
No, because it's annoying.
Yeah.
It's weird, actually.
It's just like
weird energy.
Doesn't go.
No, because I don't like anybody that copies off of other people.
Yeah.
So like that just is like
it's already that. Yeah.
Right. It's tacky as fuck.
Like you're already not cool, but now you look dumb. Now you're already not cool, and now you look dumb.
Like why?
Why is a great question.
Hell no. That's a no for me.
Yeah. Our Black History Month episode.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers to us.
Period.
Cheers to all of us moving back to Africa because this country is not worth shit. Country is nothing for us.
I would at least like to visit Africa.
I definitely have.
That's on like
yeah,
especially after like all like the content creators and influencers went to Ghana.
I definitely have Nigeria, which I don't think a lot of people know. Like Nigeria, well, a lot of white people don't know that Nigeria is like super modern, like Dubai. Rich is laughing because he knows the truth. Rich is an ally, folks, but. Nigeria, some parts of Nigeria are just as modern as Dubai, and like I cannot wait to go visit.
Yeah,
and we are Nigerian, so there's that.
Exactly,
there's that.
That's
Britt's pretty much just Italian and Nigerian, and I am just pretty much
much
Irish and Nigerian. Like it sums up.
Couple other things.
Yeah, just little splashes of here and there.
No, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing my but no, actually this is my favorite Black designer. Shout out to Here in Preston. I would love to be sponsored anytime. I will always wear your things. And this is the best quality I've ever had.
Oh, period.
Shout out to Here in Preston.
Yes.
Please sponsor me.
No.
Please. Like, just give me a merch. Like,
right.
But I will pay. You are worth it. You are worth it.
No, dead ass. I hate people like, how you just expect to get a discount on people because you know them or stuff like that. Yeah. That's what.
He is my friend. No, I'm just like.
So.
100%. Right. Bestie. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think growing up mixed, like, altered your blackness?
I don't know if it altered it. I feel like my mom obviously is white, but I feel like she raised us very much like with like my dad's like morals and like how he was raised. Like we kind of followed that rather than how she was raised.
100%.
Which
question mark.
Right. I don't know what the like it's not like a crazy difference.
Right.
But like my mom, like how I was raised, it wasn't like a lot of white people, so it was just like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think our moms were the only white people around, like pretty much.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
because I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't think it altered at all. It just like made sense. Like I always considered myself black. I always and a lot of times like especially in middle school, like I was like one of the only mixed people in like my classes, but I always like had more black friends than white friends, which was weird.
And we
like,
still do.
No, still
I think
do.
I have 2 white friends. Shout out to Jenny. Shout out to Kaylee. That's about it.
I don't have any. Best to be Chantal, but
right. Yeah. Yep. She was your Polish friend. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Christina, even with like me and my brother's dads not being in the picture, she definitely it was like black literature. Like in our house was Norman Rockwell pictures of Ruby Bridges. Like we went to protests. Like almost everything was just pro-black. It still is. Like what Christina is going to.
She very much is.
Christina is the ally. Like Christina's at all of the Black Lives Matter protests. Christina gives money. Christina
Yeah, period.
Christina knows.
Y'all need
Christina,
her
right.
pointer.
Get you a shout out to my mom. Like
No, dead ass.
I think like, I mean, not that. Like that white people don't deserve that credit. It's the right thing to do to be an ally, but she definitely is. She's probably more woke than me, real shit. Like she goes above and beyond to learn and educate herself and be in the know and like stand by the right side of history and the truth.
I love that shit because damn, because people literally go out their way to be assholes and and to be ignorant as fucks, which I don't understand at all. So. Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you experienced racism or, like, how old you were?
I can't say that I've really like, I don't know. I guess it's always been, like, not, like, upfront and in your face. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't say that I experienced racism because I guess a lot of, like, because I am Mexican, it kind of takes away from Black people that are experiencing that, so I don't want to say that I experienced that, but obviously sneers, looks, like, you know what I mean, comments, like you know what I mean, exactly, a lot of passive aggression that I don't fucking want.
And full disclaimer too, like we do acknowledge we are mixed and that our experience is never going to be the same as like a true dark-skinned Black woman. Like I do feel. I don't want to say I feel away, but I do feel hypersensitive to saying I'm Black because, you know, our friends are Black. Like, I know we get treated different in places that, you know, like that we're not treated the same as them and we don't get the same passive aggression as they do. So
exactly, or the blatant disrespect. I think that's really what it is. 100%. But like I still feel like I don't feel my most in a room full of white people. I don't feel my most comfortable
at all.
Like you know what I mean. I don't feel the most seen or like that I can speak up for myself. I mean, I got a big ass mouth, so I'm gonna do that regardless. Right. But
you're not
like
your
you know
true
what
self.
I mean. It just feels. It feels different, like you know what I mean. So
100%. I think too, like for so long of my life, like I thought code switching was like a superpower of mine because I could be in any room and I can finesse anybody and I could definitely like and vibe with them to the point of finessing them. And now I'm just kind of over it. Like I don't.
I was gonna say that.
I don't give a fuck if you like me.
I know how to do it and shit like that. But as I've gotten older,
it's like wearing a mask.
It's been like a lot more myself in any room that I go into rather than if
meeting
it's like
the room.
Right, exactly. Getting like meeting the room where they are rather than like 100%. Them seeing me who I am when I walk in.
Yeah.
I love a person that can be themselves, like 100% themselves.
Yeah. Minus the racist. I actually have a crew neck on the way I just bought, and it says make racists afraid to catch a fade again. I'm like, and it's right in red writing on the hoodie, and I'm like, amen.
Period. I love that. Shout out to what was that, Mississippi.
I definitely, like, in my day-to-day, especially, like, at work, like, experience so many fucking microaggressions. Like, there are white teachers that'll walk away and be like, hey, girl, hey. And I'm like, you don't talk to little Susan like, you don't talk to Sue like this.
Right.
Which is funny because there's a teacher named Sue at my school, and she is not actually not somebody who speaks to me like that. But, you know, for name reference, like, hey, girl, hey. And I'm like, first of all, bitch, I'm not girl. I'm a grown-ass woman. Second of all, I'm not your friend. Like, and two, bitch, it's like the movie Get Out. Like, you don't take that, like, we notice when you take that tone. It's actually called shout out to Christina, she taught me this, a black scent, when you take on a black tongue to speak to Black people. Like, white people, dear white people. It doesn't make Black people more comfortable or more apt to have a conversation with you when you take on a black scent. We all just start talking about you as soon as you leave because you sound dumb as fuck. Malibu's Most Wanted. Like,
I just seen a meme of Malibu's Most Wanted literally today. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Malibu's Most Wanted as fuck.
Right, but it makes us not want to talk. Like, you know what I mean? It makes me feel a lot more uncomfortable than you thought that it would, because I'm not coming to you with no weird ass tone or like words that I want to fucking use. So like,
see, when people take a black scent to me, it's when I code switch and I'm like, oh, hello, hi, hey,
like what the
bud. White people love a buddy or a pal. Every time I get pulled over, I'm like, I'm going to my buddy's house. He's just up the road, like,
or a rat's ass. They really ate that
in a casserole. Boy, do Caucasians love a casserole.
My mom has made one casserole and she never made it again.
Mixed kid problems. I definitely liked my mom's casserole.
My sister, she talks about her mom's what's the mashed potatoes and the shepherd's pie.
No,
and I was like,
what?
My mom has never made a shepherd's pie.
Have you had shepherd's pie?
No.
Bitch. You don't know what you're missing.
I'll leave it with the
Caucasians. Well, you're Italian. You guys want to see? I'm Irish.
Yeah,
We are gonna shepherd's pie. It's like
no, my grandma's gonna.
I feel like shepherd's pie is equivalent to like a lasagna. Like it's a thick, comfortable dish. Like it brings hearty. It's comfort food.
For sure.
Like speaking of comfort food, oh, I had to get this one off my chest. This is gonna be highly controversial. I cannot stand, and I do appreciate the history and the backstory behind soul food. Soul food is straight up horrible poison, and if you just think about it, when we were slaves, they were not like it was scraps, and I love that. You know, like a love and a tradition came from scraps and, you know, a collective, but it was never meant to be nourishing and to be good for our bodies. And like.
Right. I mean, I don't feel like soul food, just as like comfort food, is not the nourishment. Like that's just the comfort, the love, like where you're gonna feel your best home self, or like you know what I mean.
But
like,
that's what I mean. Like I wish that Black people are just like, we wouldn't associate. Like, I wish we could take it back to our original roots of things that, like, that I would like to think are healthier, more traditional dishes from our countries, and not what the scraps we were forced to eat and put our souls into and make out of, like, love. Like, and I'm not saying, like, veganism, but, like, let's let things that are healthy be our bonding point, and let us elevate past what we were given.
Right.
The shortcomings. Like, wait, I know you've seen this, too. And I don't think they're doing it anymore because they got called out. But for years, Netflix would be like Black History Month, and it would be like slavery, rape, death, murder, jail movie. Like there was no positives in the Black History Month section in movies. I don't think especially Netflix, they flipped through, and it was like Boys in the Hood, 12 Years a Slave. Like it ends in death, it ends in heartbreak. Like.
Yeah, I just think that there's just not a lot of Black history movies that are like full of accomplishments and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Those are like more documentary based rather than like a real ass fucking. I actually just seen that they're about to make a movie about Lake Lanier.
Oh. I will not be participating. That lake gives me the jeebs. Yes. Every time somebody goes missing, I'm like, and that's what the fuck you get. Why would you go there?
Exactly.
You wanted to put your ass on that jet ski. Bloop, bloop. That water sucked you the fuck up.
No, literally.
Jason has you now, motherfucker.
Girl, I was like, oh, God. But again, like, it's one of those things. Like, they flooded out that whole motherfucking, not city, but town. Like, you know what I mean? Essentially.
They're the souls and spirits, the broken heart. It's like, what was it, Black Wall Street, and the Caucasians burned that bitch down. And actually, you know what's crazy is I recently, like, not recently, it's just something I think that sits heavy on my heart. Up until I think it was the mid-60s, Black women could not report rape.
Damn.
And especially against a black man, or excuse me, a white man. Like, I want all the vengeance. I want all the revenge. Actually, back when I had Twitter, I had to delete it because it definitely nowadays could get me canceled if not arrested. I tweeted when the Native Americans revolt, they can count on the Black people to join to take back their country before we leave to go to ours.
Right.
Like,
but then they don't, like, then they be racist too. And I don't understand that. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
I just had that conversation with my brother's girlfriend, to Sarai, and she was like, no, Black and brown people come together. I'm Dr. Umar. Black unite, but...
No, they don't.
Because what? Have you not seen a Cuban in Miami? Them motherfuckers be the first ones to vote for Trump, the first ones talking about build a wall.
But literally, it wasn't recently, but it was within the last, let's say 10 years.
Yeah. Because
I know it wasn't it was more than 5 years ago.
Right.
But I remember riding down the res trying to go to a store. Boom, no Blacks. And I'm like, oh my God, bro, I thought we could be in this together.
I thought we'd be cool. Yeah.
No, and I'm like, God damn. Like, I didn't know. You never know. And I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy.
I think too. I don't know who I think I was talking to one of my more woke teachers or somebody. It was definitely somebody work or around work. But the statistic for interracial couples to get divorced, Black and white, is 75%. The national average is 50%. And I think it's because it's like, even though it's African American, it's a extreme cultural difference. You didn't grow up the same. You didn't like, white women are not having the same conversations with their sons that black women have. Like, it just,
you just don't understand. They just don't understand.
And you can
There's
be
like
there and be patient, but you'll never understand because you didn't have to experience it. Like, like my Aunt Debbie, her really good friend Stacy's a black woman, and when George Floyd and stuff happened, and my aunt just said to her, like, I can't even sit and pretend to understand, but I'm here for you. Like, that's it, period.
That's all, yeah.
Like,
It's
don't
just
sit and
a
try to,
listening
like,
ear.
hurt.
Right,
like, in oppression Olympics.
Or trying to make it make sense. Because some shit just don't. Like, you know what I mean?
And it's not supposed, like, somebody being murdered
and
on
that's the point.
Publicly is not supposed to make sense.
It's not supposed to make sense. You don't have to make an excuse about it. You like, it just does not have to happen that way. You can be open to understanding it, or understanding how to stop it, or understanding the people that are being affected by it, but that doesn't mean that you have to, you know, go do the same thing, or like, you know what I mean?
Like, if you want to change. I think, like, I mean, and just my mom, like, real shit, like, Christina's constantly trying to learn. Like, she educates herself. She's not sitting asking her black kids or black friends or, like, you know, like, to be educated. Like, black people don't owe you that courtesy of educating you.
Right.
Like, me, if I care about you, I will educate you. But it's like, and I also have to respect that you want to be educated. Like, I do have a friend who, I mean, back in the day, she used to get cornrows, and she's white. And I was like, that's ignorant as fuck. And she was like, no, it's not. And I right there was just like, I don't care to explain it to you.
I'll leave you right there.
And there you are. Because you don't understand. Like, just because you're down does not mean it's acceptable by any means.
I'll leave you right the fuck there.
Yeah.
No,
but you know,
crazy.
it's a shame because, I mean, I know you know the memes, but it's like white women with black kids. It's always Caden, Jaden, or Braden. Your brother was almost named Braden. Up until your mother had him, his name was supposed to be Braden, and mine was Jaden. So our white moms lived up to the statistic of Caden, Braden, and Jaden.
Literally, my mom was this close.
Braden and Jaden would have been so right. Yeah, she got a junior for sure.
But right, and then I don't know. I don't think that it's necessary for you to have to name all of your kids with the same initial. Like, I don't think that that's necessary at all. So, like, with me being Brittany, my sister Brianna, and that my brother would have been Braden. Like, I just don't think
that's...
B's. Right, I don't think that that's
Ball
very
is
necessary. I think that everybody can have their own.
Yeah. Like, we can all be individuals.
We can definitely, like, me having my mom's middle name, I hate that because, like, why did you do that?
I love that.
Was dumb.
What? We are on opposite sides of the spectrum. I want my kids to have all A names. And so my mom has her grandma's middle name. And I want my kids to have my grandma's middle, like, you know, like, they'll have their grandma's middle name. So one of my daughter's middle names will be Christina.
Right, period.
Because Christina's middle name is Ann, and that's her grandma's name. Like,
oh, okay, I get it.
Christina Ann. Now, one of my kids is going to be...
I just felt like my mom was lazy as hell, and she took all that she had in the Brittany, like, and spelling Brittany. She took everything that she had.
She said, this was my like, creative influence.
Here, take my middle and last name. Fuck all the rest of the things. And I hate her last name.
Oh, yeah, Trent.
Like, girl, like, no, you couldn't have liked that last name either. I don't know anybody with that last name.
Yeah, no. I think she made it up.
Like, my grandpa had to have. He has, like, a brother, but, and then, like, obviously I've done Ancestry, and, like, I've seen a couple other Trentleys, but, like,
yeah.
Be fucking for real. I would have very much rather my grandma's last name.
Yeah.
Basso's a lot better last name. Just short, sweet, and it's in the front of the alphabet.
Oh, yes, being in the back of the alphabet is horrible.
It sucks.
Especially when you're in elementary school.
It sucks. Or anything. Like, high school, like, you're the last bitch to walk across that motherfucking stage.
See, ours, for my high school, you brought up your card. I was actually first to get called from my high school, but, you know, I'm just competitive in that way. I was like, oh, I'm going to be first.
Right.
Run right through.
Oh, no, they went through everybody's
the alphabet.
from A to Z, bitch.
Oh, no, thank you. Speaking of last names, shout out to Malcolm X, because truly a last name for black people was just your association to the slave, or the your slave owner. So we could just X our shit.
I like that, too. I seen, like, I don't know, TikTok, and was like, this girl was like, I can't believe that that women don't have last names. Like, we just take on men's last names. And I was like,
what? I know. But I'm looking forward. I have two. I want to drop both of them.
Yes.
And I'm my dad's only, and we do not have a relationship. So bro,
sorry.
you fucked up the bloodline.
You should probably go have that baby right now because, the Sneed ends with you, baby.
Done. You done fucked around and found out, Jermaine.
The Sneed ends. Would you ever consider, like, you know how people do, like, they just make up their own last name?
Yeah, 100%. I would do that.
Me too.
I'm getting I don't know what I would do.
It starts here, right?
Right, but it's gonna be some cool shit. It's gonna go better.
I seen somebody they're like gay or whatever, but they took like
the
both
two
of their
girls.
last names and they made a new name with the two last names, and I was like,
nice and original.
Yeah, I was really fucking
nice and
originality.
Yeah,
I was like, I know that's.
I actually seen there's a thing I just recently learned about them. It's called Liberation Schools. It's pro-black schools that are like you learn real black history, and they were making a TikTok, and it was like, I go to a liberation school. Of course I speak Swahili. I go to a liberation school. Of course my name is, and they went to original, Pan-African names. And I was
Where are those located?
I think all over the country, but I went to, once I seen the reels of that school, I went to their school's website and just seen like a percentage of the tuition goes to black charities. And I mean, they do speak African language. They teach African languages at the school. All the teachers are, I think, that I saw, all the teachers were black. I mean, black excellence was it was black excellence. It was, I think, an elementary school, or it was like, I forget, but there was a range of grades.
It's obviously going to pop up in my newsfeed anyways now.
Now that we talk about it, now that our phones are listening and they know,
clearly 100%. It's going to pop up. So, like, don't you worry. I'll learn more about it by the end of the night.
Currently, who's your favorite black music artist? I don't really listen to white music. But.
Me either. At all, actually.
I'll listen to Dean. I was just gonna say I will listen to Dean Martin, though. I can't even hold you. A little Sinatra if I'm in my feels.
Oh yeah, I actually don't listen to any white music at all. But but actually, like, not for nothing else, my mom also doesn't really either. So like, that was never anything that was like
played in your
experience. Ever, never. But
I'm lying. I do actually sometimes. What country and a heartbreak go hand in hand? Like, motherfuckers be sad, and I'm sad right with you.
Right.
Kara actually says the country's like, my dog, my wife left me, and I'm sad. Like, that's her rendition of a country. And I'm my dog, and I'm sad. Like, I'm gonna participate in that.
Gonna have a motherfucking drink. Period.
Yeah.
But obviously Meg Thee Stallion is my favorite.
Yeah, that's right.
But you know, girl rap right now for me, top tier. I love rap more than anything anyway.
I love pretty girls love trap music. I fucking love
I want to be turned up. I want to be turned up. Every time. Period.
My moon is in Cancer. I will go cry if you put R&B. I will start to contemplate spinning the block. Right. Like, if you put R&B on at a nightclub setting.
Yeah. If I'm listening to R&B, it's probably like 90s and I'm like driving to work or cleaning my kitchen. Like, you know, cleaning,
right.
You know, singing
I need
karaoke
some, like,
time.
scrubbing something like with the utmost force for.
Girl, I'm going to start twerking. I'm probably want to drink, and then that's going to be the end of that.
The dishes are done. They've done themselves.
No, literally. I'm probably shaking ass at this point.
Mine, I just have been running back a lot of Kanye lately. So I'm going to say Kanye just because, like, he is a genius. Like, people have their feelings about him. Free Palestine.
Period.
And, I mean, I love his music. I really
right. Do. You do. You are a Kanye.
I am don't give a fuck about. I don't not give a fuck about people's feelings, but I don't care about people's feelings over my own.
Right. I don't see anything wrong about like.
No,
Kanye,
I think he's just. To me, I think he's misunderstood, and the things he says come off a bit aggressive to people because they don't understand the foundation or the point. But I mean, he's a black liberated man who's successful, so I don't think a lot of the world is accepting to understand him. So, I mean, I don't agree with a lot of the shit he says. But,
right, but, like, Gemini problems, so.
And I'm not a fan of Gemini. That's that, yeah, for sure. Actually, too, Jay-Z, because I've definitely been listening to 444 lately and, like, Legacy and...
Yeah, legend, very much. Like, shout out to him. And his...
Like, Long Live Hove, a Grammy.
Was it a Grammy? I think it was
or was
like
it Beyonce?
No.
An achievement award, a lifetime achievement.
I think
probably.
That's what it was. Yeah, lifetime achievement. Brammy.
Beyonce. Basically.
I couldn't get it out. Beyonce actually didn't win anything.
Yeah, I seen.
But he did talk about her.
As you should.
Black
love, hold it down.
I was like, here we go again.
Right, with the Kanye,
Taylor
Swift.
Here she is winning the same, probably if not the same award.
That's
not
a
the
fact.
same award.
Yeah. I mean, but that's one thing I like. Hollywood will whitewash it,
and that's a lot of what he did say in his speech. It was just and we've always
I didn't see his speech yet,
and it was really realistically, it was just we've tried to boycott it. We still sit back and fucking watch it, but you know what I mean. I just feel like that they are hoping for the best, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You hate to fucking go and be in the same bullshit, know exactly what's gonna happen when you go there, know that the people that are supposed to win are not going to win. But again,
when La La Land won, I think an award, but it was really supposed to be Moonlight, and then he made that song we're stuck in La La Land, and that shit is that's a fucking fact.
I guess music is very, very opinion based rather than what is really good and what is not good at all, because not good things are probably the most likely to win.
It's it's more the awards. See, I don't even know if it's the popularity of it or if it's just it goes along with the agenda,
the politics of it. I think that's really what it is,
and that's why I love that Drake does not go to the Grammys, because he's they don't validate I put my heart into this, or this was my experience. You don't validate my experience is better than somebody else's, or less.
And again, it's opinion based, you know what I mean.
And I'm sure the people who picked that, it's a predominantly white room with white men.
That too.
Of course, you weren't going to relate to Kanye,
right? Who is choosing this? Where are the statistics at? Because I can't go on my phone and choose who I want to win for the motherfucking Grammys. Right. We are the people that matter.
100%.
I mean, should be anyways.
For the people, by the people.
Right. FUBU ho.
That'd be such a good that's the rebrand we need. We need FUBU. I don't know if they're where they are, but I need FUBU back.
FUBU ho.
FUBU back all day.
For us, by us. People's choice.
I think too, Dapper Dan, when he made all that shit with Gucci scraps, they got him arrested, closed down his shop, and then for years later just to be we want you to collaborate with us. We want to do a Gucci collection, not just or a Dapper Dan Gucci collection. White trends are so behind on the times. When I see kids talking about ski, bro, Ethan, you don't even know what that means. And you're so that's one thing I can't stand is if you're gonna jump on a black trend, at least know what the fuck it is, and don't be fucking 5 months late.
And that's usually what it is. Years.
That's when you know the trend is dead. When the dance is dead, when the song is dead.
Right. Yeah.
I remember being at a restaurant with it was me, Christina, my mom, and then me and Jaden were sitting next to each other. Or Kara, Christina were sitting next to each other, me and Jaden, and there was this taller white teenager. He came by and he started just rapping Kanye and looking at us for validation. And it was it was Kanye's gospel, but he was trying to get into a rapping tone. And me and Jane were just looking at each other first of all, what the fuck?
These are the people of the world.
And we are not going to validate you. I definitely had a white friend in college. Every time hip hop came on and she knew just the chorus, she'd be so hyped to rap it to me in the club. And I'm first of all, you fucked up the lyrics. Second of all, if I see you say the N-word, I'm clocking you dead in the fucking face.
No,
bitch, rapping or not, it's not acceptable.
No, for real. I be watching
at concerts, I'm oh, if they're not gonna call you all out, I'll air this bitch out.
No, literally, because I intentionally obviously I say it all the time because I can, but I don't say it in groups of people that can't. Wouldn't be in the conversations with
setting,
people that
right time and place.
If you can't say it, I'm not gonna say
it. Because that's not a habit too, motherfucker. If something slips,
girl, yes. I was literally just talking about this the other day. So for a long time, I won't use the F word. F-A-G.
Okay.
I won't use that word.
Like, who doesn't say fuck?
No, I'll fuck up. I'll fuck up and down, up, left and right.
Yeah.
No, I stopped saying, like, I used to say it all the time. It was like in my everyday sentence, just like the R word.
Right.
In my everyday sentence.
Well, she's saying that because that's a major pet peeve of mine. People do not say the R word around
but
me.
I didn't say, I didn't say that before that because, but Jasmine's grandma was kind of like
delayed,
kind of, and like she was like on drugs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Whatever.
She was affected.
So so she would always tell us like, don't ever say. Well, we would say it. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Whatever. So I haven't said that for years. That's not a part of my vocabulary.
Yeah.
But the F used to be a part of my vocabulary. And I remember I was working at this place, and this boy, like he's like a gay white boy or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, he would, like, give me rides home. I used to work in Lewiston or whatever. Yeah. So sweet. It was right when I, like, left my mom's house. So, like, give me rides home, whatever. So I'm in the car with this man, and he's pulling out, and somebody, like speeds behind him. Do you know? He shouts out, and with a hard R, brother. Bitch, I just now have been able to put my mouth back up. Yeah. Like, I just have been able to close my fucking mouth because I was like, what the fuck? But, like, in reality, like, the way that my brain works, I was like, okay, like, I say this word. Mm-hmm. The way that he just made me feel when he said, like, what? Yeah. I was like, I'm never going to say that again because I never want to be able to let that shit slide. No. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, never. Obviously, like tit for tat, like, doesn't go very far. No. But, like, still, like, I want to be in the right when I cuss your ass the fuck out. Like, I don't want you to be able to run shit back. Like, you know what I mean? Hell no, I don't say it anymore at all. Yeah. Because I thought that shit was crazy. I was like... Mm-hmm. You think you know a person.
But I think that's like, I mean, the pro of like, not pro, mixed kid problems. White people are definitely more apt to like show us their ass and show us who the fuck they really are than they would like a darker skinned person. Like, which is, you know, that's trauma in itself to be exposed to. Because Lord knows I've experienced loads of racism that have been projected towards other people or other comments have been made. Like, I had a teacher, or not a teacher, actually, a staff member at my school referred to a dark skinned fourth grader as a thug. And I was just like, the narrative in her mind that a boy is a thug, and because he has a slick mouth. Like I just see it and nope, I'm not gonna say anything, get myself fired, but be mindful of the color of the people that are teaching your children because that will influence them greatly, negative or positive, and you better just invest in it. And there's no such thing as, in public schools, a better school. It's just a narrative that's created typically based on the color of the skin of the kid, the population at the school. And
right, and sometimes that's worse than
100%. I actually have, I don't know this person personally, but there is a teacher in my school district. She put her kid at a predominantly black school versus their neighborhood school because she wanted them to be exposed to other cultures and not to the ignorance and the stuck-up snootiness of the school that they were, that's their neighborhood school. Right. And I was like, at least, kudos to her. Like,
right, you were fucking thinking. Like, you know what I mean? Right. You really put thought into it rather than, what's the best school? What's this? What's that? Because that doesn't always work.
I think I do appreciate, too. My mom definitely kept me in a predominantly black public school, even though, like, the funding sucked and... the teaching staff was just there for a paycheck per se, but like I do appreciate, I think, that exposure and just keeping me in a black state because Lord knows, like, I can't imagine the personality I would have, or just maybe the mixed and black girls that I know that grew up in white spaces, for me, always have identity crisis or not comfortable with themselves or try to whitewash themselves. I mean, my great-grandma's still alive, and she's 91, and her ideal of beauty definitely have been derived from white standards. Like, she loves a perm. She always wants her hair straight. Like, when one of my cousins had a baby, she was like, you see how dark their ears are? Like, she grew up in she grew up in Cottondale, Alabama. Like, it don't even sound more racist than that. Like, the fucking Jim Crow South.
No, literally, yeah, that is crazy as hell. Because
unfortunate.
because that does especially people at that age.
Yeah, like the trauma that's so set in. Like I remember when the movie The Help came out, and like we had a she was like, yeah, I remember like women being the help, like being maids in the house, and like you had, you just
do what the fuck you had to do.
Yeah, I mean, in New York City, even modernly, like now I go to New York City and I see like Jamaican or black skinned women taking care of Jewish kids, and I'm like, actually, there's a movie and I don't remember the name, but it was it's gonna drive me crazy not remembering the name, but there was a nanny being interviewed and she took care of a white family, and she was like, she was from the South, and she was like, we're here taking care of their kids and nobody's taking care of our kids. And I feel like that's just like, that's what America, I mean, like I think it's 1 in 4 black men will be arrested in America, and it's like, that's somebody's dad, that's somebody's brother, that's somebody's son that's being removed from their family unit and put in a place that's they're not supposed to blossom, and that's supposed to keep them in that cycle.
And that's exactly what it does.
Every time.
That's exactly what it does. That's just crazy as fuck.
1 in 4. And I think that I'm like, okay, between, my 2 blood brothers, I had an older foster brother, my dad, which my older foster brother has been arrested, I think for sure once, but I think a few times, like between the 4 black men that have been, impactful in my life, there's one right there that's just dealt with jail, but dealt with a negative police experience, like.
And that's the fear of almost every black person is a negative police experience 100%. Because that is more common to happen than anything else.
100%.
Like kids in general have fears of police, and it's like they haven't even been impacted in that way yet. Right. Like, you know what I mean? And that's just yet. Like, you know what I mean? You don't know what's going to happen or what path people walk. So it's very scary. That's why it is so important to teach your, like, we shouldn't have to, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's important as fuck, but again,
always be on the defense.
Exactly. Yeah. But we should not have to teach them. That shouldn't be one of the first things that we have to.
A boy.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I remember, like, Trayvon Martin and stuff like that. And, like, I had to, like, the way that I had to go with my grandma was, like, ridiculous. I'm like, my son, like, he is always going, like, you know what I mean? My brother, like.
100%.
We're mixed people. Like, but that does not negate
change
that
anything.
We are still, like,
Nothing.
That does not negate.
Nothing.
I don't want my brother, my son, like, especially to have to deal with things like that.
Right.
Like,
or
that's
just
unfair.
the fear of
You
it.
don't know what that means. And that is, like, my grandma
the
being
fear.
The age she is and not leaving the house and always watching
the
CBS,
news,
like, you know what 100%. I mean? She's always watching the news, so you're not getting what you're supposed, like, you
don't have a real experience or real education.
You're getting a grain of salt of what really is actually happening. Like, you're getting one side of that, and it's just like.
I remember one time, I think it was around the time of I know it was around the time of George Floyd. My ex had made a Facebook status, and he was like, black men have to be like a superior like it has to be like he was an athlete, he was a great dad, he just can't just be a black man for it to be okay. Like George Floyd, when people described him, like he was somebody's son, he was Gianna's dad, like he couldn't just be just a man that was murdered, because that's not enough. Like they have to be a standout athlete, a good person, like somebody that gave back to their community. They have to
prove that they were somebody significant.
Like it has to be proven worthwhile.
Exactly.
And it's so sad.
He is a person, and he deserved to be alive.
Yeah.
What
I
the
think,
hell?
too, it's like we are so lucky in this day and age of social media. 1, just to be able to share our experiences, but 2, for there to be like a community. Like I follow Black Love accounts, and I'm like, oh, wait till I get my black husband, and we will be teaching our black kids. Like,
because without it, you would have nothing to.
I wouldn't have any inspiration of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, or any like just like things look not forward to, but just
things to look forward to, because you don't know what you don't know, and like to be able to see other people blossoming. Like I do appreciate like social media in that manner, 100%. Like, you know what I mean, because like you said, they come together as a motherfucking community of people and educate, and like so much stuff is education these days. Like, you know what I mean?
On social media, you can learn so quickly.
It's so crazy. So it's just like if that's what can get somebody educated, if that's gonna change the mind of people and like different circumstances. The one girl just raised like $40,000 for that homeless man.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
girl, like, you know, with just the internet, just like reaching out to people. People want to help people sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? It's not all bad people.
No,
but in just those couple assholes that fuck it up for,
Yeah.
for a
what
majority
is the
of
saying?
people.
Like, one bad apple ruins the bunch.
That
like,
fuck it up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I definitely have experienced cops that have been, like, gracious, good people, but it's one bad apple ruins a bunch. Like, it's not even closely the same, but, like, cops are supposed to be of higher morality and for people, and it's, when the statistics that white people do commit more crimes but are arrested less than black men, it's hard to
really pinpoint what is actually happening, what it really is the problem.
Yeah, I mean,
we know the problem, but
true tea, y'all have a problem. Yeah. Can't you wait for your black? I mean, I know, like, I cannot wait for our black husbands. I can't wait to be doing this podcast with our black husbands and just, black. Shout out to Black Love. Like, Black Love needs so much more credit because, like, I mean, the concept of getting married and not being allowed to get married as slaves and still finding a way to have unionship and jumping the broom. Like, you gonna jump the broom at your wedding? You shouldn't. You probably break your ankle or your kneecap.
I probably would.
And you know me, I'm gonna be like, my dress will be so tight. That'll be my jump.
No, literally. I don't know. But I think it can be an option. Like, you know what I mean? I'm always open to just different, not religion, that's fucking
our
dumb
culture.
Cultural.
Yeah, cultural influences. Yeah. Who's your favorite black influencer?
Issa Rae.
I feel like to me she's like a mogul. Like,
I
feel like she's above.
You meant like
social media influence. Yeah, no, I'm like, no, she is Oprah. She's our generation's Oprah.
I thought that's what I thought.
No, not like
who's
right.
Like an
yeah, no, I'm right with you.
Influential person.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I don't exactly keep up too much with like influencers and stuff like that. Like, like here and there, like I have like.
For sure. That's a following.
People,
yeah.
But like, I don't think there's any like influencer. Yeah.
Yeah, same. I don't think there's any one that I'm like, I mean, Nella Rose from the UK, I do love, and she's hilarious. But she's, I don't know if she's considered an influencer or more so an entertainer because she does so many like comedic things.
Right.
But
I feel like people these days, like influencers, they're so heavily into so many different things.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint
so hard to say
but what.
Right, what they are and what they're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe Keith Lee. I love Keith Lee.
Yeah. You know what? I think it was Jay-Z's The Story of OJ, and it definitely changed my mind on like the black media I consume or like participate in, because it's like without an influence, like white networks will try to make black people to be so violent. Like it's like like it's Bad Girls Club only, and it's like cops and we're stealing $5 bikes. Like I definitely try not to, and I know that's still like black people's experiences and some of their realities, but like I try not to participate in that because I'm like, that's not, I mean, for my family, that's not my black narrative. Like I come from a lineage of nurses that are like a little, my grandparents invested in computers. Shout out to my trust fund.
No,
like,
right.
We weren't squabbling in the streets.
And that's why I like Issa Rae. Like, you know what I mean? Like her, like the material that she does, that she's in, or that she like directs and like produces and like writes and stuff like that.
Doesn't have a white hand in it to make it twisted into a non-black story.
Yeah, like Insecure, for instance, one is a lawyer, the other one is trying to find her way, which she ends up being like more into like, into the public eye and stuff like that. The other, she's like she's a bank, whatever the fuck she does. But
finance girl.
Right, exactly. But it's a group of women that are highly educated, like they're all educated, like all went to black colleges, like, you know what I mean? They're heavy into all that kind of stuff, and it's not about like them getting cheated on by their husbands or getting beat and raped and like, you know what I mean? It's just like
that negative narrative.
Right. It's their friendship. They're just making their way like into their lives, like as black women, black people, like, you know what I mean? And just I don't know. I like shit like that. Girlfriends, like
100%.
Again, another lawyer, real estate agent. Like Lynn, she had 1,000 jobs, but she also had 257 degrees.
Yeah, me.
You know what I mean? With Maya, she was a publicist,
publicist.
Yes, exactly. So it was just like, I like stuff like that. Like that's really what's going to,
because it's more realistic.
It's more realistic. It's more realistic about what Black women we're not getting beaten in our houses. Like we're not fucking stay-at-home moms. Like
that just wait for our husbands that drink 40s and wear beaters. Like the white narrative of a Black family.
No, we're learning things. We're learning ourselves. We're growing as individuals, people, and families. Like.
100%.
Sure.
There's actually a podcast in our network that recently they did a little bit about crackheads, and the picture they used was Dave Chappelle's, that bit he did forever ago. And I'm like, if you only knew that the statistics of white people that do crack, but of course that's like the image you choose to use because that's the white narrative of crackheads. It's a Black person, skinny, ashy, like.
Yeah.
Like it's that negative narrative, like, of America.
Right.
It's so sad that, like, this is our Black History episode, and it's like we have so much negative experiences to share. I mean, and it's all our truth, like, but like.
Right, but still.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right. But I also appreciate the times that we're able to share it without making it seem like, you know what I mean?
Not to sugarcoat it and make it sweet when it's not. Yeah, to be sincere in our experiences.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a naggy.
Yeah, or like
a complaint. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these aren't complaints. These are real fucking life stories and real things that actually do fucking happen.
Amen. I actually had in my school, a teacher was complaining, which, of course, she didn't say Black people. Like, when white people are being passive-aggressively racist, they will say they. Like, they do this and they. And I'm like, she one day was going off about how they go to get their hair done and they will take a day off. And I'm like, first of all, you want to say Black people, so just say it. Second of all, you don't know, like, and I'm privileged, not privileged enough, but I don't have coarse hair. I don't know what it's like to sit through. Right. That's the only hairstyle, or not only, but that's the hairstyle that's best for my hair. That'll make my hair grow and keep it healthy. And I'm like, she, like, instead of having that narrative of like they take, like, just like, I wish some, especially older white people, would sit back and think like, wow, like that's their culture, that's their tradition. Like, or I can't imagine what it's like to be 10 years old and sitting and getting my hair permed and like, or getting your hair braided for 11 or 12 hours and having to sit there or sleep with your head in certain positions so you could sleep and get your hair done. Like,
but also, if you don't understand it, just mind your fucking business.
Just
like,
shut the fuck up.
You didn't have to pay for it. You didn't lose money because you had to go to
nothing.
Work. Right. It didn't affect you in any way, shape, or form. If you don't understand it, mind your fucking business.
Or two, like, in real shit, 9 times out of 10, white people, it's not your business. It has nothing to do with you. You just want to feel important because you're not important.
Exactly. So it sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. In full disclosure, I keep a blowout because I'm slightly trifling and don't like to wash my hair. But if I had the patience and didn't have as bad at ADHD as I do, I would get fucking braids. I can barely sit for the hair color. It makes me fucking crazy. I can't. I just.
Yeah.
I want to be. I don't, because I'll start tweaking the fuck out in that chair if you make me sit for more than an hour.
Right. My longest hairstyle took like 8 hours. 8 fucking hours.
It was probably so bomb too.
It was. Yeah, I had long ass faux locks that were all individually.
I remember your faux locks.
Yeah, but this was the first time I ever got them, and the girl that did them, she like literally individually wrapped them all. Like, and that shit took so fucking. They were so heavy. They took so.
I mean, even as like mixed kids, I remember when, like, for years I would put beeswax in my hair. I remember too, my mom doing a whole just for me perm kit on my hair, and my fucking. Burnt my shit too. Like, it's an ongoing joke now. Like, burnt my shit too.
Yeah.
Burnt my shit down.
I had a couple perms. My dad did not fuck with that shit. Cause he's a Black. Like, you know what I mean? And his experience with it, he has four sisters. Yeah. His experience is, it's going to make your fucking hair fall out. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, like, shit, that was necessary for me. But my dad was one of those dads. Let's take you, go get this shit done. Yeah. You stay here. I'm going to pay for it. Like, he was paying for my hair to get braided. My hair to get, if I needed a perm. Like, if I needed my hair, so, like, he definitely, like, he kept that shit the fuck up. He was like, Go ahead, get your hair done. I
When
wish
we
you would
were
do that
little,
now.
what? Like,
Please.
I wish we, like some of the things we appreciated then, like,
yeah,
definitely hindsight.
No,
the grass
literally.
is definitely not greener being grown.
Mm-hmm.
That's
No,
for
hell
damn
no.
sure. Like,
no, because my daddy was paying for shit.
What? My mom used to pay for so many books. Like, now, like, a hobby of reading, like, I looked at, literally this morning, when I was getting ready for work, I looked at Oprah's book club. Some of them books are $45, like, for one book, and I might read that within a week.
Right. Books are fucking expensive.
Books are fucking, and my mom bought me books all the time.
Right.
Which, okay, my mom did buy me Audible, but, like, I want a physical book. Like, I want a home library. Like,
yeah. No, right.
I
actually just had a dream about books. That's so crazy. Like, I had so many books, I need, like, bookshelves. Like,
that's what I want. I just want
Me
to,
too,
like, just
right.
shelves, and I want to write inside, like, how I felt, or me and my husband or my kids, like, write who read it, how you felt, so, like, and you're signing the bottom.
No, yes, I love when people do, like, the books instead of cards for, like, their baby showers.
Oh my God. Oh, I love baby books.
No,
I'm
literally. Like, my friends still post about, I think her daughter has to be, like, 5 or 6, but she still posts the baby book that I got her. She's like, it's her first black girl hair book, and I'm like,
I did, Kith had a Baby Basquiat book. I put it in the car. I didn't buy it because I'm like, bitch, don't jinx yourself.
Right.
And end up with a fucking baby. Right. Like, now you wanted a baby book? You'll get it. Like,
it's your baby book, huh? And your baby.
2 for 1. You had 2 for 1 special. Buy one, get one.
No, literally.
No, thank you. No. But I do look forward to my black children. But
not now. Slow and
God's
steady.
plan.
Slow and
God's
steady.
plan. Not mine.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. Shout out to all the black people.
And the white people that love black people.
Yeah, shout out to the ally. Shout out to Christina, because boy, does she educate the whites. Boy, does she, just, like, real shit. Like, shout out to my fucking mom.
No,
like,
deadass.
she goes above and beyond to be just a better white person. And, like, she does not get the credit. She is out in New York City constantly advocating for, like, Islamic, pro-black people. Black women is her, like, that's just, she's here for us.
Right.
Through and through.
Period, girl.
Shout out to
I know
Christina.
that's right.
Shout out to what is it, the Wale song? Sue Me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. It's Sue Me, yeah, Sue Me by Wale.
Right.
That is a narrative, just
right. And Issa, I'm voting for everybody black.
Right. Yeah, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah, right. Issa on the red carpet. I hope for all my black and mixed friends, I hope Black History Month just brings you peace, and I hope that we all are able to educate people past, like, the civil rights era, because at my school it's like, this is Jackie Robinson, and I'm like, I'm the first black person in this position. You could be covering me.
Right.
Like, I'll give you a little blurb to put up on the bulletin board. Like, there's never been a black person in my position in this building.
Right.
But here you are.
Just do it. Write it up. I think you should.
I really should put myself on the put myself right up on the wall of. And here,
right. Don't forget.
In 2020,
right.
Finally making Black history.
Right.
Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, right. I think
well, shout out to you.
Yeah. What do you wish for our black and mixed friends in this Black History Month? Mine is peace and more education, more updated education.
Yes. Mine is Malcolm X don't have nobody have you fucked up.
An eye for
during
an eye.
This month or the whole rest of the year.
What?
For the rest
Get
of your life.
A lawn chair and beat their asses. What?
Do you? But
get
honestly,
your lick back.
Right?
Make the racist scared to catch a fade again.
Period.
I can't wait to wear that.
No, that's
en route. It's
right.
in transit.
Period.
Yeah.
Well.
Until next time, but it'll still be Black History Month to the next time. And next week is our Valentine's Day episode. I can't wait. Yeah, so happy Black History Month. It's no coincidence Valentine's Day is in this month, because Black love, Black excellence, Black people, Black literature, Black children. Keep it black. Blacker than black. Blackity black. Stay black, folks.
Period.
And this is
an A&B Conversation.